Today I'd like to talk to you about experience design and what does it mean and what's the importance of it. So what do we mean by experience design? What is it that we're talking as we are talking about experiences? And usually when we talk about experiences, it's something that we encounter every day. Everybody, you and I, we all have experiences as we live our lives. So another way to describe what an experience is you can see an experience as involving users, customers, clients, people that do things. These people are not just by themselves, of course. They live in an environment, they live in a space. You go into a store, you go online, you're in your house, you're somewhere on the subway, you're in an environment, you're in a place. And while you're in that environment, and you might be a user of some kind, you're using a product. You're using a product like a cell phone. You might be using a product like a newspaper or a website. All those things, whether it's hardware, software, or a service, all those things are part of your experience, are part of what a company, for example, may offer as their experience. For example, when you're going on the subway and you go downstairs and you go on the subway itself, or you go on the bus, you go to an airport, but also things that you use in products and services like using your cell phone or using a website, using a space like being in a cafe or in a coffee shop. Things like that we encounter every day that has basically all the elements of an experience. So what do we mean by an experience? An experience can be described in many ways, and I'll give you one version of that. An experience can be seen as a holistic view of how people go through a set of events as they are in time. It could be something that they encounter when they go through the subway or they go to a restaurant and have a nice dinner. All those points in time, that's something that they go through, and that's a very important aspect of an experience, is time. Is you go through certain things and you go through it in a short order. It could be seconds, but sometimes it could be years. Another aspect of experiences is flow, is saying, well, these things don't happen just at random. These things will happen in a certain order and a certain flow to things. That's very much part of a characteristic of an experience. A third one is participation. Is people will go through experiences not just by themselves, but they will go through experiences either by interacting with products or a website or an environment, a space, but also interact with other people while they're having the experience. They won't necessarily be alone. So the interaction, the social interaction that can happen with other people is very much part of the description when you talk about experiences. Another one is that we feel not only just utilitarian, this is what we want to do in a certain time and place, we usually also have an emotion around the experience that we're having. A clear example always is a movie, is that you always feel emotionally moved by what happens on the screen, either positively or negatively, or happy or sad. But the emotion is a very big part of experiences, that when you walk into a building, there's always this moment of, wow, this is a space, this is something specific, this is something that is new, this is exciting, or this is jarring and I don't know where to go. And we all have those kind of experiences too. So all those things together bring up what we call experiences. And of course they're all funneled through one thing that we all have, is our human senses. They're triggered by what we see, what we feel, what we hear, what we taste, and what we sense. And it's something that is really coming together with all those characteristics in mind.